They're boarding up this water town. Ain't nobody hanging around. Another gray September day. Was I crazy to think she'd stay? If that sun would have just hung up in that sky just a little bit, yeah, just a little bit longer. If those blue water waves could have stayed at her feet on the beach instead of going out with the tide. If that wind was a friend, it'd still be blowing in like a warm southern whisper. Forever and never, ever left these arms if only I had a little more summertime. I brace myself against the cold, let her memory take hold, stirring that old fire as if I don't miss her enough. If that sun would have just hung up in that sky just a little bit, yeah, just a little bit longer. If those blue water waves could have stayed at her feet on the beach instead of going out with the tide. If that wind was a friend, it'd still be blowing in like a warm southern whisper on her. She might have stayed forever and never, ever left these arms if only I had a little more summertime. Just a little more summertime.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Wednesday Whateverness. Today is trip recap. I went on vacation and did some things, saw some friends and family. Oh boy. And I have a little bit of merch to show you. But before we get started, let's do a little housekeeping. So, housekeeping, if you know, you know. I want to thank Dean over at The Live Place, www.theliveplace.com for all of your live family-friendly streamers. Check out theliveplace.com. Also, check out Dean's YouTube channels, Dreamers Empire and The Live Place. Shout out to my partner channels, Dad Builds, What in the World with Russ, and The Pete McDevitt Show. Links can be found in the description of this live stream. If you're watching live, I can only talk without my hands for so long. I am Italian. Or if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Links can be found in the description down below. Also, some new links I added in. Shout out to Katie Y for making my logo. I haven't said it in a while, but I'm extra especially thankful today. Just because I am. And shout out to Kenneth H for making my thumbnail. Crazy Master AI Master is what I want to say. So thank you guys so much for everything you do. Thank you to all of you who are here watching, my active chatters, my silent watchers, my ninja watchers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. So before I get into anything else, I'm going to get into chat. But before I do that, a word from our sponsor. It's our very first sponsor. I'll say it every time because it applies. It's Sean Rogers, who is a Disney vacation planner with one of the largest Disney travel agencies that exist. Whether it's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or Disney Cruise Lines, when you have Sean Rogers as your personal vacation planner, you get his extreme personal experience. He is big on only guiding people towards things he has already experienced himself. You can trust Sean working for you as your personal vacation planner because you not only get his expertise, you also have someone that is consistently keeping up with all the changing news and promotions. He'll even go as far as find you savings after you've already booked your trip. It's a plus. Leave it to Sean to do everything he can to get things done, and his services are 100% free. When you reach out to Sean, be sure to mention that you heard him right here on the Pete McDevitt Show. Pete McDevitt Show. Oh my gosh, I totally went into Pete mode. See, I learned from the best. Don't tell him that yet. Once he's sponsored on Pete's channel, then you can say that. But right now, you heard him here on T Marie's Place. Whose channel is this anyway? What is going on? Oh my goodness gracious. Anyways, thank you guys for dropping the links. All the links, Sean's links, can be found in the description of this thing. Whatever this thing is, it's there. So it's a Wednesday. It's my brain is whew. Anyways, he always finds out. I know, Angela. Oh my gosh. Anyways, all right. Let me welcome in the chat now that I have completely botched everything. He is my partner channel. I get that. So there is that. My brain just went. Anyways, yeah. So first up, we have Miss Mara Memphis, who was an hour early, but it's okay, Ma. Thank you for being here. Mike Bishan, welcome in, Mike. Good to see you. Jan S. Disney, hello. Anne-Marie Jarrah, welcome in. Anne-Marie. Miss Debbie Burnfield, Mama D, Mama Moonshine, hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Chris S, hello. Welcome in. Thanks for being there. Zippity Doodog, hello. Danger D, in the house. What's shaking? Hope you're doing well, Doug. Doug's been doing morning streams, which I sleep right through. I'm sorry. Since the kids are out of school, I sleep in a little and I forget to wake up. So I have to apologize for that. But go make sure you check out Zippity Doodog because Doug's pretty awesome. I'm going to keep scrolling until I find someone in. New Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Good to see you, JC. Thanks for being here. Julie McGowan. Hey, Julie. Welcome. Molly's mom. Hi, Mom. I hope you're doing well. In the Midwest. Would you call that the Midwest, or is it the Mideast, or is it just the Mid? I never clarified this with Jen. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in, Jason. Sorry, I'm going to laugh every time I see Jason or Gloria now because of Mad Libs. It's just a thing. Versiglio William, hey, Will, welcome in. Tim Ruppel, Tim, welcome. He's got it. I don't know. He's Tim. Angela, I mean, it's not just Tim. I don't mean it like that, but it just, my brain. Angela Minto, welcome in, Angela. Good to see you. I'm going to stop waving. My arm's hurting me. I'm just going to highlight you guys and say hi. Here she is, Katie Y. Welcome in, Katie. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh, and there she is, Miss Gloria Thibodeau. Welcome in, Gloria. I hope you're doing well today. And I don't know if I have the giggles today, or if I'm just nervous, or if it's been a day internally. So I think it's like trying to compensate and not spill out externally. So yeah, you get happy face Tina today. Cherie, Surfer Girl 326, welcome in, Cherie. It's good to see you guys. Good to see you. This is my brain. This is just my brain. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to keep scrolling until I find someone new to welcome in, until I get to the bottom of the chat. Because that's what we do. That's how we do. Nathan, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Christine Heckman. Hello, Christine. I hope you're doing well. What show is this? I don't know, Sean, but welcome in. I lost track long time ago. It's your show. It's all of your show. Everyone's show, not mine. I'm just the face on the screen orchestrating the hot mess that is me. And you guys are the stars of the show. That's all. Anyways. Yeah. You're welcome, Doug. Anytime. I don't know. Am I at the bottom yet? No. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Welcome in, Daniel. It's good to see you. I should just write the names down like I do at the Triple C show, except then you guys come in and then I can't keep writing things down and yeah, I don't know. But anyways, Samuel Wilkinson Jr., welcome in. Enjoy us. Speaking of lineups, that's what I was going to do. I was going to give you the lineup for tonight. So 6 o'clock, no Amy. Amy's not going live tonight. Pete will be live doing sports around 6:40. So speaking of Pete, 7 o'clock, Doug will be on. Doug, who are you having on tonight for Hump Day Hangout? 8 o'clock, Joy will be live, and I'll be back on with Joy doing wacky questions. So that's a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. And then after Joy, you've got Disney That at 9 o'clock. And then after Disney That, Pete's doing Disney Insomniacs. And it's going to be a good night. And Carlos is on Disney World Freak because I'm with Doug tonight. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you go check out Doug's channel. If someone wants to drop his link, please. Thank you. That'd be great. So all the friends, all the channels for all of our friends tonight. And Sam, that's right. Samantha Lowe is live doing the M80s concert. Oh, Disney Nerd Herders will be live too, I think, at some point throughout. So that's the Wednesday lineup. Wednesday's a busy day. It's jam-packed with fun. Yeah. So, anyways. Okay. I think I got everybody. I think I got everyone. So, I had a vacation. And I need a vacation from my vacation. I just never know why. It's like, why don't people go on vacation to just rest? We go on vacation and we like burn the candle at both ends. And anyways, and sometimes you rest. I don't know. But anyways, in my intro, how did you guys like my intro song? So funny story about this song before I get into vacation. I have had that song in my playlist for a few years now since it came out. It's Jason Aldean, A Little More Summertime. It's called. I love that song. But I liked that song before. I liked it. It was okay. I had it in my playlist. When it came on, if I wasn't in the mood for it, I'd skip it, right? But it was one of those songs that you're like, you forget what it sounds like. You forget, like you don't remember, anyways, because I didn't listen to it enough. Well, I'm in the kitchen cooking yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. And I go on YouTube Music and I let it take me where it wants to go. And I just let it run. And that song came on and I just started bawling my eyes out. And I don't know why. Just like the music was hitting me and the lyrics are hitting me. And I just fell in love with that song. You like something, but then you like fall in love with something. Just fall in love with it. And that song hit me and I was like, I'm going to use it as an intro because I just want to listen to it. And I love it. So thank you, Jason Aldean, for making great music. So anyways, it is such a good song, Angelique. It's one of my favorites now. I love Jason Aldean. I've been into him a lot more lately in the last year or so. But that song, I think, between that song and Whiskey Drink and what's the other one? It's the song. I'm over you. I'm over you. Not leaving your car parked out in my yard. Not wearing my t-shirts every night. Over your boots, not next to my shoes, not next to my boots. Not I'm over my whiskey not next to your wine. Anyways, the lyrics are just amazing because you think it's going to be like, I'm so over you because it's a miserable breakup. And no, it's I'm over you not being mine. Like, and I love that song. Anyways, so it's that one, and The Way You Look Tonight is the other one, I think is what it's called. But anyways, Kelsey Elizabeth, welcome in. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. So yeah, all right. So Jason Aldean, we're done with that. So we'll go on vacation. So we last Wednesday, and I have pictures I'm going to show you. I should probably pull the pictures up and share them. Might be a good thing, huh? Maybe. I put out a reel of, so we left on Wednesday. What in the world? It's always great when there's an eyelash on your tongue. Anyways, Stephanie Q, welcome in, Steph. It's good to see you. So we left on Wednesday evening. Jason got to work and we left, and we hit a beautiful New Hampshire sunset. And I posted a reel. If you want to go back and look at the reel, it was just stunning. Post like different clips of it. Just give you guys a blip. Space Mountain Dave, welcome in, Dave. It's good to see you. So Sean, yes, a corn. Molly, there's my unicorn. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. So train of thought. So we got to the hotel Wednesday evening, and we were so hungry. I hadn't eaten all day, literally. So there's very few things open. We went to Domino's. I don't like Domino's. And this just confirmed my dislike for Domino's. So we put our order in. But hold on, wait. They redeemed themselves, I do have to say. I put the order in. He runs me through, takes my payment. So we thought. I took the payment. And it turns out 20 minutes later, they're like, what name are you waiting on? And I was like, Tina. And he was like, I don't have a Tina in the system. I was like, okay. Excuse me. The other guy says, oh, I guess it didn't go through. So I run the order again. And meanwhile, we're starving at this point. And they didn't charge us, which was great because by the time we got back to the hotel with the pizza, I didn't have the pizza, so I don't know how it was, but I had steak and cheese sandwich and I had barbecue wings. The barbecue wings tasted like and felt like they just took like imitation chicken and glued it onto the bone. It was not good eats. And the Philly cheesesteak was burnt to a crisp. So I was like, I guess they can't complain for free food. And I ate it because I was starving. But anyways, yeah. And we're going to talk about good food afterwards. We're going to get into good food. So Thursday, we got up early, went down to breakfast, and we hopped on a train. I'm going to show you bits and pieces of the train ride. I'm so excited about the train ride. We had a lot of fun. Where are all my train pictures? And I'm going to try to show these to you in sequential order. Well, I'm going to show you. I might not be able to go that way. So this one's a phone photo. This one's, I don't know if you can tell the difference between when I take pictures on my phone or my camera. So we're going to play a little game of, was this photo taken on my phone or was this photo taken from my camera? So I'm going to share my screen. Window. Okay. You tell me. Is this a phone photo or is this a camera photo? I want to know what you think. But this was the train. We went to North Conway, New Hampshire, and we took the Conway Scenic Railroad, a morning train ride. And Will says camera. All right. Stephanie says phone. What else you guys got? Molly's mom says camera. Julie McGowan says phone. Mike Beachman says phone. Mike Beachman says phone. Interesting. See, a problem here, T, is you didn't spend the 4th with Tim and I. So many other. You're right, I did it. That is my problem. Debbie says phone. Gloria says camera. Nathan says camera. Samuel says phone. Tim says flip phone. Jason says postcard. My Memphis says phone. All right, you guys are funny. Dave says camera. Postcard either way. Is that a compliment? With the window washer right there. Is that a compliment? Phone based on depth of field. Okay. I took this with my camera. This was with my mirrorless, Nikon mirrorless Z6 II camera with my 70 to 200 millimeter lens, mirrorless lens. You guys are so funny though. I love that. Yep, Will, you were right. Many of you were correct. So this was, I just captured this. I thought it was really cool. He was cleaning the windows of the train. And what aperture? That's a really good question. I think I was on 3.5 or 3.2. I like to kind of hang out in the threes for the aperture. And when I was at, what zoom was I at? I think I might have zoomed into close to 200. Let me see if the go to the properties. So is that a 4? Okay, so aperture was 4. The shutter speed was at 2000. ISO was at 250. So yeah. And what was I zoomed into? 120 millimeters, not 200. So, yep. So that was the train. Let me show you the rest of the photos. Now we're gonna keep playing this game, and we're not gonna play too long. I just wanted to show you guys that one because that was a camera photo. And thanks, Katie. I appreciate that. All right, and so the rest of these are my phone photos. I'll tell you if it's a camera photo. Actually, when I get to the fireworks, we're gonna play a game of was it camera or was it phone. But before we do that, I'm gonna show you the rest of the train because it was pretty darn cool. But before we went on the train ride, no, this is after we went on the train ride, much after. I'm actually walking up. I want to show you this photo. There are the train photos. Right here. So walking to the train station. Let me start with this first, because then I can work my way backwards and show you. So this was the view walking towards the train station. They had a firehouse right next door. And you guys, if you don't know my obsession with firehouses, fire trucks, just firefighting in general, want to be a firefighter. Don't know if my lungs would last, but I like to give it a whirl. Let me show you. This is the first thing that greets me. Look at that. That's the cutest fire truck on the planet. It's just this tiny little fireman. Yes, Katie. Yes, yes. Yes, indeed. Oh boy. And let me see if I can go back. So then we went to, sorry. So that was is it based on a Jeep? Yeah, I think so. Because that was the first thing that Jason said, adorbs, too. That was the first thing Jason said was, it looks like a Jeep. I think it's cool. I love it. But anyways, there's part of the fire station. I like to get like abstract shots of things, but I also like to get the big picture type things. So this is the fire station. I mean, the train station. All right. Phone photo. We're going to play another game. Phone photo or camera photo. And I think you guys can pretty much guess at this one. You imagine Eric would be a fireman? Oh my gosh. I can't. If you don't know who Eric is, you gotta watch Pete's show. This is why you're not a firefighter. Cute just doesn't go with firefighting. It depends on how you look at it, Sean. It depends on how you look like it. Yes, Stephanie did get her firefighter, Paul. Welcome in, Paul. I don't know if I welcomed you in. Phone. Jonathan says phone. Nathan says phone. Sean says yes. Oh my gosh. All right. So this is a phone photo. This is a phone photo. Sometimes I just like to snap with my, why is this blurry? Is that blurry to you guys? It's blurry to you guys too. I don't know why that's blurry. Is it not done loading? Anyways, this was inside the train. Oh, there we go, loaded. And they had flags all along the edges and that cute little thing. I love this. I absolutely love that. And there's Jason outside. Oh, is that his dad? I can't tell. But anyways. And once this loads, why is everything running so slow? Jeez Louise. This was the view from inside the train window. I really loved this view. I absolutely loved this view. Well, it depends on how you look at it, Sean, in certain aspects. Not the fire pot, but anyways, I was just loving the angle. Birdwell, Sandy, welcome in. Good to see you. I was loving the angle of, not the dangle. I was loving I cannot say angle without that popping in my head now. If you know, you know. But I just love it. The mountains in the background and the cornfield, and just looking outside the train. I just really loved it. So thanks, Jonathan. Okay, this was inside one of the dining cars. So the train stopped at the end of the line for about 10 minutes. We got a chance to walk through to go up to the snack car. We went to the opposite end of the train, thanks to some wonderful advice by some passengers who clearly got wrong advice from other passengers. But I really loved this light, and I loved the light beams that was coming off from it. And so I took a picture of it. I thought it was really elegant and pretty. This was on the first class train car, I believe. And then another view of, there's a few of these. I love the angle of looking out the window and seeing this as just the farmland goes by with the mountains. I love New Hampshire. I grew up going to New Hampshire all the time, and I am in love with New Hampshire. And then here's a view fully outside the train window with the water. And then there's just the view of the other side of the train. There should be a fireman instead of a fireman. And I'd rather be a firefighter, because I'm a girl and all. So editorial, so you don't love it. Thanks, Katie. Appreciate it. So off right here, these are the White Mountains. And if you've ever heard of the White Mountains, pretty famous. I think that they are the largest mountains east of the Rockies or something like that, or within so many miles or something like that. Some fun fact that I didn't fully hear. But I love this photo. So I took a second photo of this, and the trees weren't there. So it was like seconds before the trees were there, and it was all wide open. All over here was open. But I love this photo because I love the framing of the trees, the way it frames in, and I really enjoyed that. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyways, another look out the train window photo. And there's my ticket. I hope there's no personal information on there. Yeah, of course, this is my name. Whatever. If you don't know my name by now, then I don't know. But that's the full view of the train station. A local photographer took that, and they put his information on the back of it, which was pretty cool. I should have turned it around to show you. And there's just another abstract shot of a license plate hanging down inside this little park view area right before you get on the train. And then just the part of, I think that's the snack car, actually. And no, the snack car is one over, sorry, that way. Up there is the dome. So you could pay an exuberant amount of money to ride this train on top with a full view of everything. Dome view, however the heck you want to say it. I was not paying $89 per person to sit there and look up at a sky. Just wasn't worth it. Oh, okay. Now we're on to the fire department. Look at this beauty. I have a small obsession with firehouses. Like whenever you drive by, I like to take pictures of them because they're all different and unique in their own way. In each city, town, village, whatever. I don't know why. I would drive by. We had the family in the car one day, and we drove by my local firehouse, and I was just looking, and I was like, oh my goodness, and like all doughy-eyed, and I'm like looking at the fire trucks because the doors are all open. I'm like, it's so sexy. And my kids heard me, and now my son doesn't stop saying that a fire truck is asking me if a fire truck is sexy every time we drive by one. Word to the wise, don't say that in front of your 9-year-old. So anyways, so that was the morning. So then in the afternoon, we went, late morning. So the train ride was over and we went for a hike. And I captured these views up in the mountain. So we were supposed to go to this place called Diana's Bath, and there was nowhere to park. It was like, fire hoses are heavy, just saying. Thanks for the heads up, Paul. Thanks for the heads up. I did not mean to pun that on purpose. I'm going to see myself out. Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to show you some photos. So anyways, Diana's Bath was jam-packed. I think it's a country song. I think my fire truck sexy. She thinks my fire truck sexy. It should be, actually. But we ended up finding this place called Cathedral Heights. And we drove up to a cliff, basically. A lot of mountain climbers, rock climbers, whichever, were belaying themselves off the side. It was pretty cool to see because I'd never seen anything like that in person. But this was the view up top, and it was absolutely stunning. And I wasn't about to walk up this thing. I am not as active as I should be, that my body would be equipped to walk up to this cliff. But this was the view, and I'll run through these photos. And these are all phone photos. I think I have some camera photos that I'll show you afterwards, as soon as it actually decides to come in view. There we go. But the sky was just like, oh my goodness, that sky was. And then that mountain was just gorgeous. I love, love, love it. If I can live in, so where I live now in New York, I lived in the foothills, under the foothills of the Adirondacks. And it is, I know, right? What a word. I call the Adirondacks I call the Walmart version of New Hampshire mountains. And I shouldn't say that because it's such an insult to people that grew up in my area that have been going to the Adirondacks, but it's such a different feel. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I have certain feelings associated with New Hampshire from my upbringing, and going to Loon Mountain and Laconia and Tilton and Alton Bay and Hebron. And when we would go up to the Adirondacks, it just wasn't the same feel. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. Just, it's not the same feel. Like, New Hampshire feels like home. New York feels like a foreign country. No offense, Sean. I know you live here too. Do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense to anybody? But anyways, so here's another view. I love this view. And then I just took a certain angle because I really like these little houses down here. And they were so cute. And then there's the mountains in the background. I just thought they were really adorable. And I don't know, I think this one might be my favorite, if not one of my favorites. But now back to the fire truck. And I want to show you, so I'll show you the camera photo. Oh no, not of the mountain. Here's what I do have though. I'm going to share this with you. So this was, a phone photo from the train. And I really like this because I managed to capture this house in the middle of the mountains with all the trees wrapped around it, like the trees that were close to me. And I just absolutely loved it. Seriously, Sean? You did not. You summited on foot in winter to Mount Washington. I need to see photos because that's pretty cool if you took any. That's a story in itself. I'm taking notes for next time. But anyways, all right. So we descended off of said cliff mountain thing. And we went to dinner. And I didn't get any pictures of my food, but it was the slowest service on the planet. It was called the Lobster Shack or something like that. And it was really good. Once we got our food, it was really good. But we were there for like an hour and a half, which to me is maybe even 2 hours, which to me was just crazy because we were like, we got to get back and get our seats for the fireworks. And this was 4th of July, by the way. This was Thursday. And I want to show this because I thought this was beautiful. When I was walking around the restaurant, because I was bored out of my mind and stiff as anything sitting down, Cliff Mountain thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's the thing, Sheree. I saw this and I thought of Joy, and I had horrible reception up there, first of all. So you want that house. Of course you do, Tim. Isolation from everyone. Twice, Sean. Jeez Louise. I saw this pour painting and I was taking a picture of it, and the waiter was walking by and he says to me, I took a picture for Joy because I thought of Joy because she pour paints. And I took a picture, and did my camera get bumped? Why do I feel off for some reason? Anyways, it probably did. The waiter stops and he says, "You like that painting?" And I was like, "I love this painting. It's beautiful." And he was like, "It's mine. I did it." And he was like, "You created that?" And so we got into a little bit of a conversation about it. I told him about Joy and about the pour paint and how I did a couple of them and whatnot. And I just think it's just such a different piece of art, and I love it. Not pour paint, like pour paint. Anyways, and I just absolutely love this painting. The bubbles, it looks like a seashell or like waves in an ocean. It's just so much that you can pull from this painting, and it's just beautiful. We got talking about art and whatever, and it was incredible. All right, so that was dinner. So we got at dinner, then we went down to the fireworks. On the way to the fireworks, oh, I gotta show you this. So this was inside the train. Where are you? My computer is so slow, it's not even funny. You could see it, you could see it. There's Jason and the kids. A snapped photo of Jason's parents. Jason's parents are with us, but I know they wouldn't want to be on YouTube, so I didn't share that photo. But there's my fam. Isn't that what Steve has been doing, Tina? Yes, that's exactly what Steve's been doing on Chris's streams at night. The pour paint. All right, let's see. So I showed you all that and all that and all that and that. And all right, let's go to... I'll start here and I'll go forward. All right, so we get down to the park. Walter Grams, Dougie, welcome in, Dougie. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I love when he comes in talking all Scottish. Talk Scottish to me. All right, anyway. If you don't know the song, you should. All right, so kids decided they wanted to do face paint. So there's Madeline getting her paint on. Can I zoom in? She got pretty 4th of July. These are phone photos. 4th of July painting, like little squiggles and stars and stuff. There's Josephine. She got herself a... What can I zoom in? It's still loading. 18%. Load. But anyways, you can see she got a firework, and it looks really cute. And there's JJ. He got an American flag right on his cheek, and he wanted to showcase his Sprite because he doesn't usually drink soda. If he does, like ginger ale, because his tummy's upset. So he wanted to showcase his Sprite. He was quite proud of it. But there's the American flag on his cheek, and I bought him the cute red, white, and blue shirt. It was adorable. There's my firehouse again, but with the sunset in the background. Tell me that's not rad. Look at that sun flare. Holy cow. Look at the swirls in the sky. So good. Oh, you can't see the pic. Hold on. Did it not load? Of course it didn't load. Let me go back because I forgot to share it. I guess I'm just amusing myself with these photos. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. Thanks, guys. All right. Let's try this again. Madeline with the face paint. Let me try to zoom in. See your cheek. I'll zoom back out. Josephine with the firework on her cheek, blue firework. It was really cute. JJ, I started over, don't worry. JJ with the American flag on his cheek and showcasing his Sprite. And there's the firehouse, the sunset. The swirls in the sky, as I said before, I'm just going to be on a repeat. And that sun flare. And I had to get this angle because otherwise I wouldn't have got the angle of the sun flaring behind, right in that corner. But I love that. And there's a couple more. Sunset over, there's the train station right down here. That's where we took the train, and you could see like the plane in the sky. Just absolutely loved it. And then there's the back of the fire truck that they had blocking off one side of the road. I just thought the lights were cool. And the American flags hung on the back. And look, a fire hose. But I just really loved that. All right, here we go. I moved over a little bit once the sun settled behind the firehouse, just so I could get the full Monty. Is that the word I want to use? I don't know if that's the word I want to use, but just the full angle of the firehouse. And there's the ambulance that's parked out there. Man, this is like, you think of like your dream job, right? Where you just know you'd be so excited. And, you know, some people pick one thing or another. And me, I'm like, I would love to work, to be just a firefighter. I don't know if my lungs would last though, but I'm going to give it a shot. But I look at how much I love it. And I think would I also love the job itself, like helping people. Yes, that's the reason why I want to, like, the idea of helping others, just, it makes me teary-eyed and emotional and amazing. But anyways, yeah, I guess a naked pick, I don't know, sorry, it's the full Monty. You can use full Monty in other settings, right? It's raw, I don't know. And then there's more sunset with the train station. And I love this photo too. It's got the leading lines, the curve in the road. And I absolutely love. All right. And so this is a phone photo. And I didn't bring my tripod. I had my tripod for my phone. I could have very easily set that up, but it was all the way parked back with like, Christina Pridgeon, welcome in. Pops the Pridgeon guys. Drop their link because they're an amazing channel. And we're still trying to get up their watch hours, I believe. So go watch their content because they're absolutely amazing. Thank you, Mama D. I appreciate that. So this is just me trying to hold the phone absolutely steady, but I wanted to get the fire truck in the foreground. And you had a whole bunch of firefighters. You could see them slightly standing up there. They were all standing on, and it's blurry. They were all standing on the top of the truck bed. So Sean, that's a great idea. I could do that. I'm going to talk about a book afterwards because I had an idea and I want to talk about it with you guys. And so I'm going to write that down. What time is it? I'm just writing that down. Hold on a second. Okay. So anyways, not my best pick, but it's from the phone, and you really need to have your phone steady if you want to take a really good firework photo. I've taken good firework photos before, but not this night. All right, that was the rest here. I'll show you that afterwards. All right, because I want to show you the rest of the firework photos. These are from my camera. And if I don't get to talk about the book today, we'll talk about it next week. Because there's a couple things I want to talk about. We'll talk about next week. All right, camera firework photos. Look at this. I ran all the way down to the end of the street from where that fire truck was to get the fireworks, because once I saw where they were, I was like, crud, can't see them. Let me scroll down. I ran and got my camera that was sitting on the blanket where my in-laws were, and I ran down. And these are some of the photos that I shot. Thanks, Tina. I appreciate that. Yes, Nathan, camera. This is the firehouse, and these are the pictures I took. They were just right over the firehouse. These are the best ones that came out, the most steady ones. Nope, that's not it. I love these. I love these photos. You get the silhouette of the firehouse. You can't really tell it's a firehouse, but I know it's a firehouse, and now you know it's a firehouse, and that's all that matters. But just these colors that just popped. And this was the original thumbnail that I had made. But I love how it's red and it's a firehouse. But I wasn't liking the way I made the thumbnail, so I switched it over to one of the thumbnails that Kenneth made me. And then this one, my aperture wasn't, not my aperture, my shutter speed wasn't as low as I wanted it to be, but I still liked it. I liked the way that the sparks were coming down. I thought that was cool. Oh, and that was another sunset from, this is camera photo sunset from over by the train station, the other area. All right, so fireworks, there was a band there that played. They had a stage set up with the band. I didn't take any pictures, that's all video. The band was called Generations, and they were so good. At first, I didn't know, like, they started off with 60s, then they went to 70s, 80s, 90s, today. They, like, worked their way out throughout the night, and I just fell in love with this band. They were so good. I kind of, hindsight, I wish I had whipped my camera out and taken some nice shots of them, but I just got video, which I'll post on my Instagram story soon. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Sell these. All right, we're going to talk about that in a second, Sean, or we'll talk about it next week. Actually, I can go a little bit over 6 because Amy's not going live, so we'll go a little bit past 6. But I took a bunch of video and I followed them on Instagram, and they followed me back, which was pretty cool. Anytime that happens is pretty cool. It's an honor for anyone, if anyone wants to follow me. But anyways, so that was Friday. Fireworks happened. Band was there. Friday morning. Sorry, it was Thursday. Friday morning came. We up and we went to down to Salem, New Hampshire, and we went to Canopy Lake. And I will show you the Canopy Lake photos that I took. Oh wait, first we had a rest area. I have to show you this photo. I have to show you this. So coming out of the rest area, okay? This was too funny, guys, not to show you. Now, if you're part of my generation or the generations before, maybe into a little bit, I mean, you're in the 90s generation, you know what this is. My kids know what this is because, we told them. But oh my gosh, look on my face when my daughter friggin' saw a phone book attached to a phone booth. Tell me that is not the funniest thing on the planet. Tell me you did not do witchcraft in that Salem, Massachusetts, Sean, not Salem, New Hampshire. Shelby J, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. But guys, who can tell me what this is? I know you all can tell me what this is, right? Right? A phone book attached to the phone booth. This had me in stitches. She was so funny. I'm like, you gotta go disinfect your hands after this one because that thing was old and grody. Let me primitive text messages. That's right, Tim. So I just thought that this was really cool. Because who hasn't seen a phone booth? And Walmart still has a phone booth. And I left my phone at home one day. And this is before I had my license. This is back about 7, 8 years ago. And I was trying to get a hold of Jason so that he could pick me up from Walmart because I didn't have my license. And I had to use the Walmart payphone. And all I was thinking in my head was Maroon 5 song. I'm at a payphone trying to call home all of my change I spent on you. And I was cracking myself up, even though I was so unbelievably stressed out from it. My son asked me why dictionaries were hanging near a payphone. Right? Oh my gosh. Kids these days, they don't know. So anyways, I had to share that. That was just too funny. All right. And then, so Canopy Lake. So we headed down to Canopy Lake, and I want to show you some of these images that I captured. But first, let me go back to this one. So this is also in the rest area. Actually, this was in the rest area. I don't know. Yeah, it's the same rest area, I think. But I thought this was the funniest thing. You had a big old bear riding a biplane. It cracked me up. So, and that's what you'll find over the border in New Hampshire. You'll find liquor and wine in the rest areas and stuff for the, I forget what they're actually called. But does it say right there? It's just outlet. New Hampshire is amazing because, you know, live free or die, and the only tax they have is property tax. So everybody, north and south and probably west, book it over to New Hampshire to go buy their stuff. So, all right, Canopy Lake. This was Canopy Lake. This was the first whale. I snapped a photo because I sometimes like I see an image in my head and I just want to frame it and capture it that way. And this was what I saw, and I captured it and I edited it the way that I liked, and I loved it. So I love this photo. All right, let's talk about Taylor Swift impersonator. And Chris, I hope you're watching, and if not, because I know Steve's not, and if not, that's okay. They had a Taylor Swift impersonator, and this one right here, my oldest, absolutely loves Taylor Swift. And so we went over to the stage to go watch the show. And I'll admit, it was not bad at all. She was very good. She kind of looks like her. She had the moves down. It was a lot of costume changes and very short songs, which I kind of feel like they should have sans the costume changes. I have a lot of videos of that too. Look for those on my shorts on YouTube, and I'll post the concert videos on the shorts too. So if you're not on Instagram, I'll post them on YouTube. Mark Lagenkamp, hi Mark. I'm just recapping my trip. So this was the girl. So Josephine over here was in a mount. Auntie Swift wanted. I know, Sean. This miss over here who's like, no, I don't want to go see Taylor Swift, was so into it. And then when it was time for them to do meet and greet, she bolted it with Madeline up to the stage, which cracked me up. I was like, yeah. So then we went on some antique cars, and I love the whole Fenway, Boston sign that they had up on the little shed barn thing. All right, so that was all I captured Canopy Lake. It was really interesting. It rained on us. I had a Dole Whip. They have Dole Whips. They have Castaway Island. They have a little mini water park, which I could have lived there because it was so good. And it was so hot that day. It was so refreshing. I stayed in my bathing suit throughout the rest of the park because I was seeing other people stay in there swimwear, because also other water rides that, you know, are throughout the park. And we didn't go on everything that we wanted to, even though we were there pretty much a full day. The rain kind of put a damper on things. But holy cow, doing Canopy Lake was like doing a full day at Disney. I banked like 21,000 steps that day. Oh my gosh. So anyways, Canopy, we were done. We went back to the hotel, and Saturday morning came, and we booked it up to Kennebunkport, Maine, and we went to the Trolley Museum, and we rode a trolley. And these were what I want to show you. These are the original park signs. These are the original advertisements on this trolley from this era. Okay. And I love it because it's so nostalgic, and the whole getting people to buy bonds during World War II. I am World War II obsessed, if you did not know. I love learning World War II history and everything about it. It just absolutely fascinates me. But yeah, these were some of the advertisements. I'm gonna try to zoom in if it'll let me. It's got to load fully, and then I can show you. W loves trolleys. They're so good. They were cool. I will say that. But I'm gonna zoom in. Burma Shave. Let's see. Viceroy cigarettes. Anybody remember these old ads or these products? Reader's Digest. Filtered cigarette smoke is better for your health. Oh, I don't recommend smoking, period. Just so we're clear on that. And if you do, no judgments. I'm just saying. Oh, I can't zoom out. Everything is like, all right, there we go. Okay. And then I wanted to zoom in on the doggy. Keep them fed right with Gains Complete Dog Food. Used by U.S. Army. Contains vitamin A, B, B2, G, vitamin G, B4, D, E, and other nutrients. Give your dog his daily vitamins. And then these are some more of the advertisements. I just thought these were so cool. Maiden Form, which I think is really cool. The bra advertisements. I'm sorry, gentlemen, for getting more than you bargained for on the stream. So yeah. Anyways, these are just the cool advertisements I saw. All right, so this is inside the trolley museum. This is an old trolley. I don't have any history on this trolley, but I just thought it was really cool. Again, I'm going to be dropping some videos of the trolley museum. I went through this whole building. They had everything that was pretty cool. Bras for victory. That's right, Mark. That's Viceroy. Okay, I'm saying it wrong. See, I don't know these things. I was born in the 80s. What do I know? And then we went into the model train building. It's brand new. And they were building these little models. And let me tell New Hampshire is still a state, Doug. Yes. Hopefully going to be my living state within the next year. But I just fell in love with this scene. Like the fake water, like I just could picture myself living up here in one of these lofts. Like I just love this building. Like I just put myself in this building and I instantly felt like home and I loved it. And it's a model, I get it. But like the little boat down here, oh gosh, I just love this whole thing. The mountains in the background and it's water. Oh, all the feels are hitting me as I'm going through this. It was just really cool. So, and of course, who would I be if I didn't take a photo of the little model fire truck that they had in the little village? Once it fully loads, I will zoom in and show you. But look at it. It's such a cutie. And again, these are all phone photos, so they're a little bit creamy, but I just loved it. It's like, it's cute. And of course, when in Rome or New England, a Red Sox train, which I just thought was absolutely adorable. And I took some footage of like the trains going by, and there was one photo that I took and I didn't edit it and throw it in. Where is it? Did I not capture it? Oh, I took a video. That's why. All right, so I'll make sure I post that video. Is New Hampshire still new? When does the state lose the new status? That's a good question. New England's still New England. And it's always going to be New England because it's not original England. Right? So, all right. So that was the trolley museum. So then we booked it down the coast, down 95? Down 95. And we visited York, Maine. And they have one of my favorite lighthouses, which is called Nubble Lighthouse. And I see all the photographers that I follow take photos of this lighthouse. And I've always wanted to capture this lighthouse. And I didn't want to say anything because we were supposed to be heading down to see my family in near Boston. And I didn't want to keep us too long. It was an hour and 45-minute drive. And I didn't want to, make things worse. Well, it was earlier enough in the afternoon. Jason saw this little lighthouse on the map when he was navigating and didn't tell me and navigated us to it. And when I found out what it was, I was like, you know, this is one of my favorite lighthouses, right? And he was like, no, I had no clue. I just know that you love lighthouses, and I saw it was there, and I figured you want to see it. Heck yes, I'd want to see it. But before we saw it, we stopped into some shops. I'll show you some of the stuff that I got. And this sign, I had to take a picture of this sign because I thought this was a very, very clever play on words. Let's get naughty. Come on. Is that not brilliant? Go Yankees, Sean. I'm going to kick you out of my stream. Right? I could live in a village like that. It's Mr. Rogers model train set. It's giving Mr. Rogers model train set. It seriously, yes. All those Matchbox cars, they have to be, right? They have to be. Let's see. Wait, is it still sharing? Okay, it still hits. You're still seeing it. Yeah, good job. Jason is right. He completely nailed it. Anyways, there it is. There she lay. Nubble Lighthouse. Absolutely. And I posted a reel. Not a reel. I did post a reel on Instagram, but I also posted a video on my YouTube shorts. There she is, Mama Crusoe. Welcome in, Jennifer. Good to see you. You're on vacation. Never be sorry for being late. This is a phone photo. This is one of my phone photos. And this is camera photo, I think. And this is another camera photo. No, sorry, phone photo. These are phone photos. But I loved having the flower in the foreground. And I love this. Another phone photo, but highlight the flower with the lighthouse in the background. All right, and let me come down here and show you my... Was that it for Nubble Lighthouse? Yeah, that was it. Okay, those are all the photos I took. I thought I took a... There it is. This is a camera photo. Sometimes I like the way I capture things with my camera better than when I capture it with my phone. I don't know why. But this is a camera photo, not phone. And I hear sirens. Do I pray wherever the sirens are going? You bring protection and safety, comfort, and salvation. Sorry. We're getting closer too. I always pray. When I hear sirens, I stop and I pray. Anyhow, yeah, I love this lighthouse. And look, the wind blowing the flag. It's backwards, granted, but still a flag. The wind was just fierce, but it was so good. All right, I think that's all the photos I have to show you, but I'm not done talking. So we visited the lighthouse. We went to a few shops. I got some cool things, including this sign, which I love. In case you do not know, Sweet Cheeks is my nickname, one of my nicknames. Sweet Cheeks originated from Kelly from the Mickey Bunch when I was on one of her streams. And she had Bob from One Stop Mouse on, and he would always say, so Jim Ryan, if you don't know James Ryan, he would always say that I had the brightest smile on YouTube. And then Bob, started saying, look at her smile, look at those sweet cheeks. And then I was like, okay, I have a story about Sweet Cheeks, and the story is that when I used to work in Faneuil Hall in Boston, there was this guy named Aiden, and he worked at a bar as a bartender, and I had such a crush on him. He was just an Irish dream, okay? And I love this guy. And he used to call me Sweet Cheeks. And so, he was about, I want to say he was about 15 to 20 years older than me. And so I wasn't even a thought in his head to date because I was like 21 and whatever. But he used to call me Sweet Cheeks, and he was adorable. Well, anyways, and so when I told the story, and the Sweet Cheeks just kind of stuck ever since, thanks to Bob and then my story. And this was, I have this from like a few years ago that Kelly and Cynthia Candy Mom had bought me. So I have two Sweet Cheeks. But I had to get this one because I was in Maine, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. Anyways, so I got that. I got a coaster. I love coasters, but I like special coasters. This was my old coaster, and it's getting kind of beat up. It's my Zelda coaster. It's taken a beating. And this is my new coaster. Let me see if I'll show you. But I just love this scene. This is another scene that I would love to live in, on the beach with my, oddly enough, my Adirondack chairs. That, yeah. And then I got a couple of coaster magnets. So this does both, but it's, will you focus, please? It's not going to focus, it's too glary. But you see it has the lighthouse on it. And this one is definitely a magnet, but I haven't hung it up yet because I like it near me. I like to look at it. And it's got all the main lighthouses. So I love it. So, and I went to a candy shop. I got saltwater taffy. I got chocolates. I got, oh my gosh, I got blueberry, maple syrup barbecue sauce, which I've been eating with everything, like dipping all of my protein in it this week. It's so good. Had a burger, I put it on the burger. I dipped my steak in it. Tonight, I don't know, whatever Jason bought, but whatever I end up going to grill is going to get dipped in it too. But I also bought maple, it's not going to show you, maple drops, so hot candies. So if you see me on a stream, this is what I'm usually sucking on. But it's so good, pure maple candies, and I love it. And we did some other stuff too. They had like these old-fashioned like seaside bowling alleys with like the little miniature golf on the inside and like the arcade, and it was just it's adorable. I think next year we decided we're actually going to vacation in York and make a vacation of it. Not syrup barbecue sauce. It was maple flavored barbecue sauce is what I meant to say. But yeah. So that was Saturday. Then I went down to see my family. We made our way down, and I saw my family, and I was debating wanting to share this comment with you, but you guys have been sticking around for all my family stories, and I know the last story I told, I told you guys about how my mom and my uncle, when it was time to clean my grandmother's house out, they kind of up and ditched me to leave me and Jason and the kids there to clean it all by ourselves, which is fine in the long run because I feel like maybe they might have been in the way anyhow, but also maybe not because it would have been nice to have help. But anyways, so my mom went down to Texas, took a nice little vacation for herself, and just waited for her pay when we sold the house. And so I get to see my mom, and the kids run up to her, and I'm making my way over. The first thing she says to me is, well, you should bring the kids around more often so I can see them. I haven't seen them or whatever. She made a comment, and I was like, maybe if you didn't up and leave and go to Texas for a whole year and then you just got back, I would have been able to bring the kids to see you. I was so livid, guys. I tell you guys my family drama because I'm like, the lesson out of that was just like, let it go. Just let it go. It's not a big deal. She is who she is, and that's it. But anyways, so that was Saturday. Went back to the hotel, went in the pool, did pool things, and then just went to dinner and hung out. But so then Sunday morning came, and I got to see the wonderful, amazing, wild Jeff Condon. He was very, very generous. So I had made him, there was a prospect that I was going to be able to see him. And I had this image in my head of something that I wanted to paint him from, last year I had it. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it this time because I'm going to get to see him. And so, yeah, thank you, Katie. And so he came by, literally just, it was like 5-10 minutes, I think. And, he just got off shift at work and he came by, and, I got to give him painting and stuff, and I got to say hi to him, and And it was just very nice. One of the highlights of my weekend. I was very, very blessed to be able to see him. So I was thankful. So, Jeff, if you're watching, again, thank you. So that was about, and then we went home, packed up and went home. And that was it. That was it. That was the vacation. And then we went home, and then we go back to Massachusetts, not this weekend, but next weekend for Carlos and Suzanne, Disney World Week, their daughter's birthday. And then in August, we're back off down to Baltimore. So it's an interesting summer. I did have a good time. It was good. Can't complain. A lot of different things, a lot of fun. I miss home always. For those that don't know, I'm a Boston girl, born and raised, but I just New England in general. It's just my home. So, all right. You guys made comments about putting photos or whatever you said, publishing them or selling them. I had somebody had mentioned a couple months ago about putting my poetry, and I did have a poem that I want to share with you today, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for next week because we ran a little bit long. Melissa, Mo's Talk. Welcome in, Melissa. I was just talking about Maine and everything, and go back and rewind if you want to catch it. But I've been toying with the idea. So somebody made the comment that I should print my poetry in a book, and I was like, would anybody want that? And then I got quite a bit of interest in wanting to purchase a book of my poetry. And so last night I had a thought, what if I put photos with the poetry and made it a photo poetry book? And so if anyone is still interested, please leave me a message or a comment on this video, or message me or text me if we talk by text, and let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. Because I'll get to creating something like that. So just let me know. Jonathan's already saying yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I have ideas of what I'm going to do, and I'm still hanging on. I'm going to wait. I'm 500 watch hours away from being able to apply for monetization, so I could actually offer you guys something of what I want to do. And I've spoken of this idea before, where I want to do once a month stream, or I want to take all the members to on location with me, and we'll photograph it. I'll show you the settings, my camera, of what I'm doing, and then I will send you a photo. In the higher tier package, if you chose the higher one, I'll send you a photo of the photo that I take when I'm with you guys, so that you have a memory. And it'll just be like a 5x7 photo or a 4x6, and you can put them in an album if you want, and and that'll be something really nice, I think. So, I'm working on it. So I need 500 watch hours. If anybody wants to go run a playlist for me, and leave it open. Baker needs watch hours, to Disney Baker. So same for him. And Pax of the Pigeons also needs some watch hours. And anybody else that I'm not thinking of, please let me know. Because we're all three of us are really close to being able to provide these things. So that's what's going on. So I'll be back next week. Next week, I had an idea of something I wanted to do. I think next week we might have friends. I might do a stream with friends. Yeah, so Pigeons need about 500 watch hours too. So I'm gonna sign in under Jason's name tonight, and I'm gonna let your playlist run under his name because I've already run it under my name. Or I could do it under one of my other emails. It doesn't matter. And I know it feels like it's like cheating, but we're so close. I feel like we're just so close. And I don't know, and Joy's another one. I don't know what Joy's at for watch hours either, but you can come watch Joy at 8 o'clock tonight where we do wacky questions. So that'll be fun. Trying to think of what else that I want to talk about. We'll see. If not next week, we do. I was thinking about doing. I haven't written down what the title is, but I want to take There's Baker. Hey, Bakes. Welcome in. I was just talking about you. I want to do a stream with you guys where we take different parts of our favorite parks and we put them together to make our dream park in Disney. And it could be Disney World. Chris family, welcome in. I was so honored and privileged and so overwhelmed. Presents of Messina Marie tonight. She just amazes me with her hospitality and generosity. A YouTube sensation. Thank you, Chris. I can imagine the sarcasm behind that. And we do need to get Joy to 1,000 subscribers too. But when you're past 500, you're able to be monetized now. They changed that. But still, the whole 1,000 subscribers thing is it's an accomplishment in itself. It's it's a thing because it's a big number. So if you're not subscribed to Joy or Baker or Pox of the Persians, guys, drop links, mods, if you could drop their links. Jennifer Caruso, Zippity Doo Dog, Doug's on at 7. Amy wasn't live today, but AJC Magic TV usually goes live at 6. Joy at 8 o'clock, Disney Nerd Harder, Samantha Lowe, Disney That at 9, Pete's on back again after, by Samuel, after Disney That. Dang, I've been dissed. You've not been dissed, Christopher. Stop it. You silly goose. But yeah. So, anyways, thanks for being with me on my long-winded 1 hour and 16-minute show. But I have fizzled out, and I fear I will start rambling pretty soon. So, make sure you go check out all of our friends. All the friends. And prayers. Excuse me. Prayers. Stop it! Shelly Starwalker, my eyes deceiving me. Miss Lady Jane, I've missed you. How are you? Now I don't want to end just because Shelly came in. Oh, Shelly, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Miss you, girl. So, all right. My end of show spiel. The spiel. Thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you for spending this last hour and 17 minutes with me. I appreciate you. Know that you are loved and so very appreciated, as I have already, if I just said, yeah, keep comments on your purse. There's quite a few. Kay will be, there's so many. We had a prayer meeting last night and we just got together and prayed. And the list goes on and on, Yeah. And a lot of people traveling this week. So pray for our friends traveling. So I know Jeff is going on vacation with his family. And I forget who else. But just make sure that if you're the praying kind, that you pray. So anyways, please know that you are loved and that you're appreciated and that you are a blessing to me and to everyone around you. No matter what anybody says, you are worth it. You are special. You are important. And you are here for a reason. So if you're struggling through anything, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I tell myself, or I should say that God tells me. Pray it out. What's the worst that can happen? You get an answer to prayer. So talk to someone if you need to as well. Think of a wonderful thought, any merry little thought.